it just reminded me that you can't focus on the noise of the outside world. And unfortunately, a lot of people do. A lot of people focus on the noise, and a lot of people enter the dark space of the noise to benefit them. And when you are a person who lives your life.
The whole Love and Marriage Huntsville fan base was rocked by Melody Shari's purported tape leaks that revealed Carlos King's guilt. These recordings might validate long-held beliefs about what actually takes place behind the scenes of the show. Rumors abound on the internet regarding the contents of these tapes. Some claim they provide evidence of Carlos controlling the cast and creating drama to boost viewership. Others fear that they might reveal private information that Carlos intended to keep private. In any case, his entire career may be at risk if these leaks are authentic. What exactly is going on then? What did these tapes tell us about Carlos King's part in Love and Marriage Huntsville, and why did Melody think this was the right moment to release them? We must go back in time to see how we got here, because Melody and Carlos were once teammates.
After the party was over, we got home. I said, all right, Mariah, let's call your dad so you can go hang out with him, you know. Called. Let me let you listen to it. Now listen at this.
Yes, sir. So you're not gonna get a knee today?
No, I'm gonna get you Monday, sweetheart.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're not getting her today?
I'm gonna get her on Monday, girl.
Now, you hear me laugh? Because it's funny to me. You stood out here in this party for 30 minutes talking about, I should be able to have her on her birthday.
He acts like, no, it's Mel, like, no.
It's the reason I move like I move. Martell's very manipulative. I wish I had have had my children by a man, not a queen, but a man.
Ooh. For good reason, Carlos King is referred to as the king of reality TV. He is not just any producer. From BET Presents The Encore to the Real Housewives franchise, he has been the driving force behind some of the most popular reality shows. But Huntsville was different. It was his creation, and it was personal. It wasn't just another show about love and marriage. A major factor in the success of the show was Melody Shari. She immediately became a fan favorite because she was strong, vocal, and never afraid to stand her ground. She brought more than just drama. She brought hardships from real life, particularly during her tumultuous and highly publicized divorce from Martell Holt. At first, Carlos and Melody appeared to be a great match because Carlos knew how to package Melody's raw emotion into TV that viewers had to watch. However, as time passed, viewers began to notice flaws in their dynamic. Something didn't feel quite right, and Melody's on-screen persona started to change. Instead of being portrayed as a strong mother and businesswoman, she was thrust into the spotlight and occasionally gave off the impression of being the one causing trouble. The tension really started when other cast members appeared to receive a better edit. Although it was common for producers to control the narrative in reality TV, rumors began to circulate that Carlos was influencing plots. Melody claimed that the program was purposefully portraying her negatively. Melody took the brunt of criticism, and it wasn't just about her portrayal. Other cast members were allegedly shielded and given softer edits. In order to maintain high ratings, Melody allegedly began to notice indications that Carlos was inciting arguments, creating tense situations, and even pushing cast members to turn against one another, according to some sources. Public relations began to deteriorate at that point. Instead of remaining silent, Melody started hinting that things weren't as real as they seemed in interviews and on social media. She talked about feeling unfairly treated because some people are more interested in drama than in the facts, and about production playing favorites. However, Melody did something unexpected and started gathering receipts instead of simply leaving. And that's when things started to get interesting. Melody had recordings, and if what people are saying is accurate, these tapes could alter everything. That was the shocking revelation that followed. What's really on them then? It is the most important question. Sources claim that Melody and Carlos had private conversations on the recordings that weren't intended to be public knowledge, and there is a lot of conjecture regarding what they might reveal. According to some, the recordings show that Carlos coerced the actors into unsavory circumstances that prepared them for violent altercations. Others believe that Carlos can be heard confessing to staging a phony drama, concluding that Love and Marriage Huntsville isn't as authentic as it first appears. Additionally, there is the most damaging theory, which holds that Carlos's reputation could be severely harmed by the personal information revealed in these tapes. The most important question of all is why Melody felt the need to record Carlos in the first place, regardless of what the content of these recordings may be. Did Melody intend to reveal Carlos all along, or was she merely defending herself? The big question that everyone wants to know the answer to is that
There's going to be people who's going to poke you to get a reaction out of you. They're going to make up lies. They're going to just say things to get people to join them in their hatred for you. And you just have to pray for them. And as you pray for them, pray for God to fulfill them with something that they're missing. Because you have to be missing something. You have to have a hole in your heart to spend your time going against people who did nothing to you.
reality TV stars are skilled at their craft. They are aware that producers edit footage, manipulate circumstances, and occasionally even incite cast members to turn against one another. Melody, who had spent years at the heart of Love and Marriage Huntsville, might have recognized the setup before anyone else did. Some people think Melody saw the signs. She may have observed how her plots were changing, how controversies were erupting around her, and how Carlos appeared to be pulling strings. It's possible that she recorded their conversations to get insurance evidence that she wasn't the villain the show was portraying her as. Rather than reacting, some believe Melody was playing the long game by waiting for the ideal opportunity to release these tapes. When it would have the most devastating effect and the drama was at its height. If so, this was not only about protecting Carlos, it was also about ensuring that he suffered the repercussions of his actions. This is the part that has everyone on edge. Are there any more tapes? Could Melody have recorded anyone else if she was recording Carlos? Could she be clinging to anything else? Carlos King would not be the first to be accused of playing dirty if these claims are accurate. Carlos's career has been based on reality TV drama. He has experience with some of the biggest reality shows in the business and knows how to create captivating plots. The question is, however, how much these shows cost. Real Housewives of Atlanta star Kandi Burruss is involved in one of the most significant scandals associated with. She accused him in public of stealing the life story of her family without her consent for a biopic. Kandi made it apparent that she no longer trusted Carlos as a result, which caused a major falling out between them. Kandi is not alone either. Throughout the years, a number of reality stars have made insinuations that producers, particularly Carlos, have deceived, manipulated, or even set them up for drama that wasn't entirely authentic. Will it be shocking if Melody's recordings reveal that Carlos was manipulating Love and Marriage Huntsville? Or will it only validate what has long been said about him? This is the point at which things become even more bizarre, because some people think that Carlos is personally as well as professionally exposed by these tapes. Rumor has it that Melody's recordings may include more than just drama from behind the scenes. Tapes allegedly contain shocking information about Carlos's private life that he would most certainly not want made public, according to some sources. Carlos serves as Love and Marriage Huntsville's spokesperson in addition to being an executive producer. He is heavily involved in the success of the show, and the high-stakes drama he presents draws in a lot of viewers. Could it all fall apart, though, if these recordings cause the public to view him negatively? One significant problem is that cast members might now have to choose a side. Will Carlos have their support? Will they stand by him and reject Melody's assertions, particularly if the recordings show that he was tampering with their plots? Others may view this as a chance to finally talk about their experiences, particularly if they felt like they were being used for ratings, but some celebrities may decide to stay neutral in order to protect their own positions. Additionally, the network may need to intervene if the backlash becomes too severe. Is it possible to salvage the show by removing Carlos as executive producer, or would the scandal be too great to overcome? How about Melody? Will she leave the show entirely, taking her fan base and perhaps its largest audience draw with her? Or would she even want to continue on a show associated with Carlos if she were willing to expose him? In addition to being a loss for Carlos, Love and Marriage Huntsville's demise might signal a significant change in reality TV in general. Could he lose his connections with networks if these recordings undermine his credibility? Drama is key to reality TV, but so is the trust that exists between talent, networks, and producers. Who can say that other networks won't abandon Carlos's projects to avoid the controversy if he is revealed to be a manipulator of stars behind the scenes? And this might lead to a more extensive discussion. Although the ethics of reality TV have long been a matter of debate, networks may be compelled to alter their business practices if these recordings offer convincing evidence of manipulation occurring behind the scenes. However, Carlos is most worried about how many other stars have receipts if one does. Is it possible that this controversy will inspire more reality TV celebrities to share their own terrifying tales? Carlos may have to worry about more than just love and marriage if that occurs. His entire career in Huntsville may be at stake. When there is concrete evidence, what happens to the long-standing accusations that reality TV distorts the facts? Reality stars have been coming out more and more about how producers have treated them. Some say they were duped, coerced, or forced into drama they never agreed to, while others say editing drastically altered their appearance on screen, making them villains overnight. All eyes are on Melody right now, and some people think she's waiting for the right time to release more receipts because she's playing the long game. Someone commented, "I knew Carlos was shady. He has always acted suspiciously behind the scenes. If these tapes are authentic, his days are over." They are creating drama and then pretending they had nothing to do with it, which is another reason why so many reality stars don't trust producers. Carlos is the next person. How is he going to react? Although he hasn't spoken out publicly yet, when he does, will he try to discredit Melody, deny everything, or go into full damage control mode in an effort to turn the tide in his favor? What about the repercussions on the law? Should these recordings reveal dubious business practices, might Carlos be sued? Could some cast members or even the production team file their own lawsuits depending on what is made public? And could the network intervene to shield itself from criticism? Tell me what you think in the comments section.